we didn't know how to communicate with each other well, even though we had an easy relationship and we were best friends and that was no problem.
What we didn't realize and didn't understand at that time was like the way that we're communicating with each other is just really toxic. And we thought it was normal. We're both tied into it. Sometimes you just can't see past certain things. Mm-hmm. After a while, we're like, that was bad. Let's work on that. But we didn't actually have any foundation of like how to work on those sorts of things. Being able to dissect your relationship with someone who's not intimately involved in it. You can't put a price tag on that.
I'm Chalsie Keller.
I'm Collin Keller.
We'll be 11 years in May. We were really young when we got together, and you grow and you change, and even though we grew together, we still were trying to figure out who you are as an individual, and also trying to figure out who you are as a couple.
We thought we were doing something wrong, and we're trying to fix it ourselves, and things would be a little bit better for a little bit, or like we would have a blow up, and then ultimately it became, I can't see myself fixing any of this. I can't fix any of my problems. So if I can't fix any of it, even a little, then why try it all? I had my first anxiety attack. I had never experienced that. I had never felt that. And I thought I was gonna die. I started to get help through my health insurance and whatnot, but it was just not enough. It's like you go once a quarter.
And there's no support for us as a couple.
And there was zero support as a couple. And so I was getting help, and I was starting to learn some of the issues that I had on my own that contributed to our strife as a couple. But I couldn't put the pieces together without Chalsie. And I wanted to have Chalsie there, and I wanted to do that with Chalsie.
And I knew we just had to have something together. I wanted him to have treatment on his own, and I figured I probably would need treatment on my own, but we needed someone to talk to as a couple. And so one day when he was in a session, I called the relationship place, and now we've been here for 3 years.
Yeah.
Not because it's not doing its job, but because we get so much value out of what we do when we're here.
Absolutely.
Initially, I talked to Dana, and then she said, okay, let me give you, figure out who you are and get some ideas about your personality, and was really open about what the process looks like, and, that everyone is different and everything is kind of customizable to whatever you need. And it was nice to know that, we're not just following some guidebook that we could be, doing on our own, but not really, because that won't work. But it was taking a tool that they had and using it for each individual person, how it needed to be manipulated for them. And it was just nice to see that we weren't just another, checkbox kind of person, like, oh, you did this and now you've done that. It was, here are the steps, and then let's see how you guys navigate them. And it's a scary commitment to get involved and just get started, but it's so worth it just to have that support. And I would say if you're even remotely on the fence about trying, you're like, well, my relationship's not broken, you could probably still benefit. It's a good thing. There's no shame in it, and it's so much better.
Now I feel like I have the tools to be able to talk to her, to let her know how I'm feeling.
I don't look at it like we're looking to fix anything anymore. It's more about, like you said, it's maintenance. And sometimes we want a session every week. Sometimes you want a session, once a month or once every couple months. It's just nice to know that there's a person there that you can go back to and say, okay, here's what's been going on in life. Let's kind of hash it out and see if there's any other perspective that's completely unbiased and has my best interest at heart.
Having that, I think, is priceless.